Every time he crosses your boundary in some way, he is training you to abandon your heart. Emasculated men will test women in this way. They will continue to push. They will continue to whine. They will continue to test the limits of what you will tolerate, what you will accept, what you will allow, until you give in, until you say it's just not worth fighting this. And when you do that, you abandon your heart. You let a man lead in the way that he wants to, even if it doesn't feel good for you. This could be in the bedroom. This could be outside of the bedroom. This could be financial. This could be in many different ways. But you abandon your heart, and you're teaching him every time you do that, that you are not worthy of more care. And he is training you to abandon your heart. You're allowing it. You're allowing that kind of mistreatment. Masculine men are not going to do this. They don't test a woman's boundaries. They don't push, because they are instinctually wired, when their instinct is online, to be protective of your heart. And so they are treating your heart like the most precious possession that they have. They don't want to hurt it, which means they don't want to hurt you. Such a man is anticipating how he might hurt your heart and ensuring that he doesn't do it. And that's going to feel good for him. That's what gives him his sense of being a man in the relationship, is to protect you, including protect you and especially protect you from himself and his behaviors and desires that do not align in some kind of way. And unfortunately for women, for many women, possibly you, many women are not experiencing that kind of devotional, protective, masculine man, because they are communicating that they deserve so much less. So what happens is, when you allow a man to continue to test you, to push you, to extract from you in some kind of way, you communicate really low self-worth, and then first of all, you're going to continue to get more of that kind of behavior because you're not inspiring him into stepping up and being the man that you need. But then two, say that you could do way better, and you can. You definitely can, by being single again and finding a better man. Even if you became single again, either because you break up with him or he breaks up with you, you're going to be likely to attract the same kind of men. Or at least not attract the really healthy, protective, masculine men that you need. Because the healthy, protective, masculine men, they are attracted to something specific in you. They're actually attracted to many different things. But the big thing is, they're attracted to a woman who's in her feminine self-worth. And if you've spent the last relationship or all of your past relationships communicating that you lack self-worth, behaving in a way where you lack self-worth, then you have low self-worth, and you're not going to attract a man who has high self-worth. You're not going to attract a healthy masculine man. So what do? What you do is, you need to start to see how you are enabling a man to test you, to push your boundaries. You're enabling it in a few ways, but ultimately it comes to this. Either you say nothing and you just allow a man to test you, push you, and you just give in. You're a doormat, right? You're energetically a doormat. You're allowing a man to basically do what he wants. You don't have those internal boundaries where, like, a woman shouldn't be enforcing boundaries, but you should have this sense of like, oh, this doesn't feel good for me, right? That's indicating there might be a boundary there. And a feminine woman is going to communicate vulnerably what she's feeling, ask for help with that feeling, not judging, but actually vulnerably asking for help with the feeling, and see how the man responds. And if a man continues to demonstrate that he doesn't care and he's just going to push and gaslight you and tell you you're overreacting, you're too sensitive, whatever, he's giving pretty clear indications that he's not able, at least at this time, to step up into a protective role for you, which means then you need to flow away. You'll flow away after repeatedly trying to communicate vulnerably what's coming up for you. But a lot of women, even learning feminine communication, will continue to just stick around. Feminine communication is fantastic, but I will never claim that it works on every single man. It doesn't. Some men are too emasculated, they're too wounded. They're not healthy enough to respond to it. And in that case, feminine communication is not about inspiring him into devotion. It's about outing him. It's about vetting him, or vetting men in general, but vetting him out of the eligible pool of men that you should be interacting with. And then you move on. Stop wasting your time with men who don't care about protecting your heart. And then the other thing that women will do to protect their heart is you will go more into your masculine. Here's the thing though, if you go into your masculine, if you're the type of woman who sets boundaries, who communicates with more masculine energy about like, don't do this, I don't want this, doesn't feel good, and you're creating that wall, I mean, that will protect you from really emasculated men, like more people pleasers, men who are not pushy, we'll call it. But you'll still never be safe in the relationship because you're with an emasculated man. Like a weak man like that is never going to be able to protect you from others, from anything. He's never going to be able to create a healthy, polarized relationship. And you're going to feel that weakness and you're not going to be attracted to that. But then there's other types of men where they are pushy. You will set boundaries and they will just break you down over time. And so I'm going to be totally clear about this, totally transparent. I used to do this. Like this sounds so horrible, and it is horrible. Like it's not healthy. But like there are men who will do it in a very extracting, like self-serving way, like it's all about them and they don't give a crap about you. Like a legitimate narcissist or sociopath, like that's who I'm talking about. They're not good people, okay? You need to leave those men no matter what. No amount of being vulnerable, no amount of setting boundaries is gonna work. You try setting boundaries, they're just gonna push. You try sharing your feelings, they're gonna push. But then there's another type of men, and I would say this is the majority, and this is who I used to be before I understood about masculine and feminine energy, what my role as the protector of my wife's heart actually is. I would be pushy, but not because not in a really self-serving way. Like, yes, I did want things my way, and I did believe that it was best, but it wasn't that I was totally inconsiderate of my wife's needs. It's just that I thought this would be best for both of us. And I didn't know how to communicate it any differently. I didn't know how to lead her out of her masculine energy, out of her resistance, out of her boundary setting. So I would just keep pushing until she kind of just gives up a lot of the time. I just didn't have the skills, but my heart was still for the most part in the right place. I'm not justifying my behavior, by the way. I'm just saying that's the type of man. Those men can be inspired into being devotional. And it starts by you using feminine communication. Like, had my wife used feminine communication way before I learned about polarity, I am certain I would have been really responsive to it and started shifting more into my masculine energy and into that protective energy to take care of her. It's just, I didn't have those tools and she wasn't inspiring me in that kind of way. So those men, they have a good heart, but they don't have the leadership tools to be able to properly take care of you. That's what it really comes down to. So by you shifting more into your feminine, you letting go of control, you being more vulnerable, you being more respectful to a man, and also honoring yourself, so not just giving in, you're going to expose those kind of men in a good way, where they will start stepping up. They will show a lot more care to take care of you. And then you don't have to protect yourself from them in any kind of way. They shift from testing you, from pushing you, into protecting you. And this is one of the great things about what feminine communication does. It's like a man isn't going to be inspired to protect you unless he can really feel what he is protecting, right? So if you're guarding your heart, you're not sharing your feelings, and specifically you're not sharing them vulnerably, then he's not even going to know how valuable your heart is. Now you might think like, well, it's obvious. I mean, I'm a human, I'm a woman, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I get that, okay? And like the way that I am now with a woman who is totally guarded, like my clients, for example, some of my clients start quite guarded. I'm still going to be very protective because I know what my role is now. even if I'm not fully inspired by them, I know that I'm going to be protective regardless. But most men are not fully like that. And the men that you are attracting when you yourself have not made these shifts is not going to fully be like the way that I am now, right? So you have to look at yourself and see, this is how I'm attracting these type of men. This is how I'm attracting this type of behavior, and then start doing something about it and shifting it. And speaking of which, if you would like to do something about this by actually getting expert support and learning how to make these shifts in a really efficient, powerful, relatively easy, and very good feeling way, I would love to speak with you on a discovery call where we'll talk about what's going on for you. We'll talk about what you need to do to shift, and we'll find out together whether it makes sense to work together. If you're feeling resonance with this video, with past videos, you really feel that calling to work with me, fantastic. Don't ignore it. Listen to your heart. Book that call. You're going to do that by going below this video, open up the description, click on the link relationshipyourdreams.com, watch the video on that page. If it resonates for you, fantastic. Book that call below, and I will see you there, and we'll have a great time talking about how to help you create the relationship of your dreams.